All right, I'm going to call you out for a second. While you've been perfecting your vision board workshops and arguing about whether to charge $500 or $5,000 for your signature program, something happened. Your clients changed. They're getting instant answers from ChatGPT at 2 in the morning. They're using AI to write their business plans and analyze their personality tests and even get relationship advice. And they're starting to wonder why exactly are they paying you whatever it is they're paying you to do for things that they can get done in 30 seconds. Okay, I know that sounds bad, but here's what I am not saying. AI is going to replace coaches. I'm not saying that. That's the kind of fear mongering garbage that you see in clickbait articles. Here's what I am saying. AI powered coaches are going to replace the coaches who don't use AI, and it's happening faster than you think. You might have heard of some of these folks. Tony Robbins, you can get access to him 24/7 for like 97 bucks a month or something like that. And then there's Brendan Burchard, who says that he views AI not as competition, but as a tool to amplify his impact and accessibility of his teachings. So his AI clone really represents the shift where course creators and coaches can deploy AI to offer personalized guidance at scale without losing the personal touch of the original content creator. Meanwhile, you're still having your clients go through vaults of video content and fill out worksheets while you're also working harder and longer hours than ever to make less revenue than you did 3 years ago. Look, I get it. You became a coach to help people, not become some tech bro that's building robots. But here's the thing, your clients don't care about your technology comfort zone. They care about results, they care about convenience and value. So you don't have to take my word for this that clients really appreciate this. I want you to see these few comments that I collected from a group with a coach that I worked with who trained AI on his IP, and he made like 20 different support bots. It's wild. Now, you don't have to make 20 different bots. He has a lot of IP, he's been around for a really long time. However, I do recommend creating like a suite of support tools depending on what it is that you offer and how much in the way of IP curriculum and things that you actually have. But don't take my word for it. The clients love this. I want you to see a few of these comments. So here's one that says, I spent the morning with your GPT. It feels like we just had a major breakthrough coaching session. Thanks for leading the charge and making yourself available to us in this 24/7 in this way. And here's another one I'll share real quickly. Holy shit, these AI tools are life changing. I've used AI with confidence and creativity for some time now, but this makes creation easy, fun, seamless, and exciting in a way that just hasn't been accessible before. This changes everything. Also says, just created an entire new offer in a few hours that used to take me probably months. So they're getting results a lot faster, and they love that. And here's one more. This one is insane. Fire, fire, fire. Emoji. There has been an hour of fear, tears, shame, acceptance, compassion, solution, and fucking insane. Sorry. Multi-dimensional empire building. Damn, that's a lot. So you can skip down to the bottom here. This is huge, huge, huge. Wow. Genuinely, no coach, even my partner, don't tell him this, has ever taken me on this journey of self-actualization and witnessing self. So this stuff is pretty wild. And here's what I mean when, I say that the human touch, it's not about you doing everything manually. It's about using technology to really amplify your expertise so that you can focus on what actually requires a human to do. The breakthrough moments, the emotional intelligence, the creative problem solving, the holding space for the person in the room with you or the people in the room with you. And the coaches who figure this out, they're working fewer hours, they're charging premium prices and getting a lot better client results. And the ones who don't, I think they're going to be competing on price with everyone else who's still stuck in 2019. So that's why I decided to build this because I too had a coaching business. I had the a seven-figure old bloated model. I had coaches coaching my clients. I had a community where I was on all the time trying to keep up with everybody's questions. I did coaching as well. It was a lot, right? It was a lot. And eventually it started to break. So I am in a position now where I was able to rebuild what I'm truly passionate about right now, which has been AI since I started working with it in 2022. Or was it 2020? Yeah, 2022, whenever ChatGPT first came out. I've dug myself into a lot of rabbit holes and I've learned a lot of things, but really what I see on the horizon is that nobody's really seeing this. Everybody wants to learn an AI tool because they're cool and they're fun to play with. And I get it. We got the VO3, the video models. We've got 11 labs for voice models. We've got ChatGPTs. We've got the cloud, got all the things, all the things. But what happens is most people just spend a lot of time playing with them and actually wasting a lot of time more than they use them for efficiencies in their business. And they're not seeing the bigger picture because to me, strategy and how to implement AI in your business to evolve to a modern business model is far more important. And that's where your leverage is because not many people are seeing this yet. And those who do are going to be able to kill it. So I want to say that there are actually three pillars to building a modern coach operating system. And the one I just talked about is pillar one, which is the client facing pillar. But we got two more before you're actually going to be killing it with relevance and strategy and efficiency. So pillar two is business intelligence on steroids. So let me ask you something. How many of you know exactly what your current churn rate is if you have a community and at what phase does that typically happen? What content actually drives client results versus what just feels good to create? Like what are they really watching? What really works? What marketing efforts actually bring in your best clients? So these are just examples. And if you're like most online business owners, you're running a business on gut feelings and maybe some sporadic spreadsheets from 2019. You have no idea what's working, what's not working, where the bottlenecks actually are. And meanwhile, you're creating more content, working harder than ever, and wondering why the heck you're not getting ahead. And I'm going to give you an example of how having a suite of your own AI executives trained on your business intelligence, and this is key, can have you saving money on time spent and dumb decisions made. The ignorance tax. So my CMO is trained on Alex Hermosi's money models, along with all of the CMO best practices for a small online coaching consulting business. I don't have to pay him either. Maybe just in compliments here and there because, that's the way to his heart. But in any case, when this gets powerful is when it's trained on my own business data, my offers, my business profile, my existing marketing efforts, my conversion rates, etc. Right? So you get the idea. So when I work on building new marketing campaigns, I don't have to give it my whole life story again. It just already knows. So seriously, the time I've saved in spending and decision making alone make this a must have for my business. And that's just one. So imagine having a few key AI team members and hey, give them each a cool personality to make it even more fun. But imagine that they all have the context that they need to do their job really well. Now we're cooking. That was the second pillar. But wait, there's more. The third pillar is all about efficiency. It's always been there. AI doesn't make the efficiency concept new, but we can do new things with it that we couldn't do before. So think about it. How much of your day do you spend doing things that really don't require your presence or your expertise, maybe scheduling calls, sending follow-up emails, creating proposals, updating your CRM, posting on social media, invoicing clients? If you're honest, you're probably spending 40 to 60% of your time doing these kinds of things. Here you could be making 500, $100 to $500 an hour, depending on what your rate is or however you price your services, coaching and doing the actual transformation work. And then you could have the rest of these tasks paying a virtual assistant that could handle it for $20 an hour. But pillar three is where we can take care of that using automations, workflows, and AI. So the way I see it, you've got a choice. You can keep doing things the way you've always done them and then hope that your clients don't notice there's better options popping up out there. Or you can stop trying to fix a broken model and you can evolve to a lean, high support business that will thrive in the AI era. And that's really what this modern coach OS is meant to do. So here's what I've done. I created a space for innovative visionaries like yourself to learn AI tools, to learn the modern OS blueprint, and to keep up to date with what's happening in AI and business today, tomorrow, and onward. So inside Future Proof, you get the Cache, which is a living library of various tools, templates, resources that actually matter, not just 47 ChatGPT prompts, but really stuff that I find has been really valuable in business for other people's businesses and for my own. Weekly drops, updates, frameworks, new trainings, things that you can implement immediately because the landscape changes just about every week when it comes to AI. And the community, visionary coaches and consultants who are really testing like what's next together, people that are serious about like let's freaking evolve our business model. And of course, you have the foundation, which is the blueprint for the modern coach OS across all three pillars. The apocalypse isn't coming. I think it's already here. But for coaches smart enough to adapt, it's not the end of the world. It's really the beginning of the best version of their business that they've ever had. And that can be a beautiful thing, right? Work less hard, make more money, impact more lives in a more efficient way. So join us inside the Future Proof today. The link's below this video because the future of coaching and consulting isn't about human versus AI, y'all. It's about those who use AI versus those who don't. And I think that you know which side of the fence you want to be on. I'll see you inside.